Hi, welcome to my home and welcome to my 2019 top 10 of AQUAHOLIC boats. Now it's been an incredible year for AQUAHOLIC. It started the year with a handful of videos and about 1,000 subscribers, and here we are, the end of 2019. Well over 100 videos have gone up and subscriber numbers are now past 70,000, and that is thanks to you guys. Without you watching, subscribing, liking the videos and commenting, we wouldn't have any of this, so massive thanks. I really appreciate all the support you give the channel, and I hope to bring you a load more great stuff as we go into 2020. But let's take a look back at 2019 because it's been quite a year. And I thought it'd be fun to round off with a top 10. It's worth noting this is not a scientific top 10. This isn't which boat is better than the other boat. This is all about how I felt about the boats and how important they were to AQUAHOLIC. Now this is a boats top 10. I'm going to do a super yachts top 10 separately, so look out for that one. But in the meantime, let's kick off with number 10, and that is the Iguana 29. Now that's a boat sold by Berthon up in Lymington. They took me for a blast up the Solent in that one, but when we came back, the best bit was the boat's party trick because it's amphibious, which meant we could line it up the slipway, drop the tracks, and power it straight up the ramp. And the look on people's faces when we did that was just priceless. It was a real James Bond moment and a lot of fun.
Now that, dear viewer, I think you'll agree, is the coolest boat in the world. Well, thank you, Rob. That is a very thorough demonstration. I like your boat. I'll see you again. See you later. Cheers.
Now, number 9 is something of a classic because when I was a teenager, my dream boat was a Formula muscle boat. I thought they were fantastic. And this year, friends of mine, Ian and Jackie, called me up to let me know that they'd actually bought one. And not only that, they bought the biggest, baddest of the lot, the 419 SR1 with triple engines. It's a beast. So I was really looking forward to having a run out on that, and it didn't disappoint. We had a great day out with that boat, a lot of fun, and it was great to finally drive the teenage dream, and it really lived up to expectations.
Okay, this is it. This is a teenage dream come true. This is meeting Farrah Fawcett from the Cannonball Run. Here we go. So 3 levers, all into gear, and it's all on these throttles. And we're going to wind on close to 1,000 horsepower. See how it goes. Let's go. Okay, turbos are spinning up. Bows up. Bows down, and we're off. Yeah, okay, so it turns out my teenage crush was right. I wanted one of these when I was 18, and I want one now. It's brilliant.
I try so hard to fade away, but something's forcing me to stay. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee, oh. But there's something holding on, the way of being long gone.
Now at number 8, I've gone for the Fleming 58. Now I hadn't really got on board with Flemings before this year, so it was great at the Southampton Boat Show to have a really good look around one and bring a video to AQUAHOLIC. And I was really impressed with what I saw. It's a very practical boat, the sort of thing you can step on at deck level. It's got great decks all the way around it. It's an easy boat to move around, but it's the interior in particular, which is a terrific blend of traditional craftsmanship and bang up-to-date systems. And it was also well worth a look behind the scenes because the engineering in that boat is incredible. It's a serious, high-quality offshore distance machine. Very impressive. Hoping to do some more Flemings in the new year.
It's worth talking, in fact, about redundancy on this boat because everything is backed up. The steering pump, for example, there are 3 of them on these boats. So in the event of a failure, you've got 2 backups. And these engines, these are electronically controlled, but are 2 completely separate computer control systems. In the event of failure, you just simply switch over to the other one and carry on. and even things like the fuel filters. You've got twin filters, easy to get at, but you can just change from one to the other. If you had a blockage in there, you'd flick that over to the other one, and then you can work on this and carry on running. The whole point of these boats is just to keep moving.
Now at NumberSeven, it's a Chris craft. Now I got on board of several Chris crafts this year, courtesy of Princess Motor Yacht Sales and its sister company Argo Yachting, who are the main dealers in the UK and Balearics. But the best experience I had with them was when they invited me out to Mallorca to have a go on the Catalina 34. It was a beautiful boat, a brilliant day, stunning scenery, and we had an absolute blast with that boat. It was great fun. Now at NumberSix, I've gone for the Fairline Squadron 68. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Fairlines. I ran a Fairline Targa 33 many years ago with a very good friend of mine. And it's great to see Fairline really on form with that boat. It's a very nice boat, beautiful detailing on it, but what I particularly like is the layout options. You can really choose to configure that boat however you like. So you can have the galley up, you can have the galley down, you can have 3 cabins, 4 cabins. I think it's great that you can configure that boat exactly how you want it.
Now this is a galley aft layout. Now Fairline do various options on this boat. You can have the galley aft, you can have a galley down, you can have a 3 cabin, you can have a 4 cabin. There's lots of choice when you order one of these new. But this is a great size area. This is a bar down here, so you can see that it's got space for the glasses. And they've really used every inch. So if you look on the outside, the flybridge steps, you can see them going up there. And if you come on the inside, they've put high level drawers that actually, that's the step there. So again, they've tried to put every inch of space to use. Big fridge freezer, all electric, Miele cooking. There we go. And that I'm going to guess is a dishwasher, and I would be guessing correctly.
Now a NumberFive slot is a Sunseeker. Now I've been on quite a few Sunseekers this year for Alcoholic, and they're all terrific boats, but the one that really sticks in my mind is the new Sunseeker Hawk 38. That's a departure for Sunseeker. It's a serious high performance day boat. It's got a race developed hull, huge engines, and it's a 60 knot machine. And we took that boat out in the Solent and we did 60 knots with it. It was an absolute blast, tremendous fun to drive. But actually, being a Sunseeker, of course, it's also a very practical boat. A lot of thought has gone into it, a lot of detailing, and it would make for a brilliant day boat.
All of the catches on here are compression catches. They're all race spec, so they're not going to come undone when you're traveling at high speed. And if we lift this, this is a massive storage void, and it's designed to take 2 sea bobs. There's another huge storage area here. You can use that for a life raft, or you can put an inflatable paddleboard in there. Now, as we move back down the boat, this is something I think is absolutely essential on a day boat. It's got a proper sea toilet and sink, so people aren't getting caught short. If you're out for the day, you've got some decent facilities just there. These have got electric drop bolsters on them, so they wind away like that, so you can get your perfect position either standing or seating. And this hardtop up above, this is all proper carbon fibre, so it's very lightweight, keeps the centre of gravity low, gives you more protection, more shade, and somewhere for things like the lights as well.
In the NumberFour slot, I've put a Princess. Now again, been on a lot of Princesses this year, all magnificent boats. So it's quite hard to pick one in particular out of all of them, but the one I've gone for is the Princess 55, because I think it's a great blend of being big enough to go seriously offshore, but small enough that you can manage it with a competent couple very easily. It's a great layout, it's beautifully detailed as Princesses always are, and it's just a genuinely nice boat. I like that boat very much indeed.
So we'll head on a bit forward. I like these big wide steps they've got here. It makes it really easy to lift you up to this level, and of course because it's a bit higher, you've got tremendous views out. These windows drop all the way down behind the settees, and a really big social area, and a folding table, so you can lift that up and open it out for dining, or have it as it is there as a coffee table. Let's head on a little bit further. Your helm is up here, twin seats of course, and it's an all glass bridge.
And number 3, I've gone for a Nordhaven, partly because Nordhavens are so very popular on the channel, and partly because Nordhaven Europe was so very helpful with the video. They spent a lot of time going right through every inch of that boat, showing me into every detail, and that meant that I could do a really detailed video and show you guys into every nook and cranny. And you obviously loved it. The video's done tremendously well, and I'm really hoping to do a lot more with Nordhaven Europe as we go into 2020.
And another thing to mention while we're here is fuel tanks. This boat has got upgraded fuel tanks. It's actually got 6 tanks on the boat. There are 3 bow tanks, and you can see those gauges for those up here. But then there are also 2 more big tanks in the engine room, and then a day tank that they all feed by gravity. And in fact, there's a schematic I noticed over here. So this is all the tanks, and you can see the main day tank, the engine room tanks either side, and then these are your 3 forward tanks, and everything then is got manifolds so you can transfer through, you can fuel polish and generally maintain your fuel system. Now, before we head out on deck, we really ought to talk about engines and indeed go and have a look. And we access those by heading back down these steps, which take us to the main deck and that lovely saloon area. The galley, of course, as we saw earlier, is just ahead of it, but rather than going forward into the master cabin, we're going to hook a right and we find another staircase. So down here, one thing that Nordhaven have kindly done is they've opened this little cupboard here for me so that I can show you one of the stabilisers. So that's the inside of the stabiliser system. So again, everything where you can get at it. Any problems, it's not a case of ripping the boat apart. Look at this. I'm going to say it again. Classic Nordhaven. Absolutely fantastic. This is a Lugger 1276 engine. It is actually a John Deere unit, and it's 340 horsepower. It's displacement speed only, of course, so that's giving you speeds of up to about 10 knots, but cruising is between 7 and 8 knots. And with those massive fuel tanks, that's what gives it the range.
Now, in normal circumstances, the number 2 slot would definitely be in number 1 in my very biased video because it's my own boat. Smuggler's Blues 2. It's a Jeannot 805 leader. I've owned it for 3 years. It's an absolutely fantastic boat, and we've had a huge amount of fun with it this year. We've slept on it, cruised on it, taken friends out on it, family out on it. It's just been an absolute blast, as it always is. We even took it to a pop concert. We went down to Blackpool Sands, just past Dartmouth, where Wet 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 were playing, anchored off the beach, and just had a brilliant, brilliant time.
So Marianne, are you managing to put up with this okay?
Oh, it's really arduous, but you know, I'm managing to dig deep.
You're a good girl. I don't care what they say.
So what could beat Smuggler's Blues into the number... That's better. So what could beat Smuggler's Blues into the number 1 slot? Well, in August this year we headed to Mallorca and we had 2 days aboard a Princess 72 charter yacht B4. It's run by boats.co.uk and we had an absolute blast with that boat. In 40 years of boating, I don't think I've ever had a better boating experience. We made memories out there that will last us a lifetime. It was phenomenal. So that's it, that's my boats top 10. There's a Super Yachts top 10 coming, so look out for that. But in the meantime, I'd like to wish all of you guys a really fantastic Christmas. I hope you have a brilliant new year. I hope you carry on subscribing and watching and enjoying all of my Aquaholic material, because we've got some great plans for the new year. As ever, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll catch up with you again very soon. Bye bye.